Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. I have just gotten home from a 12-hour overnight shift at work. It is now 7-something a.m., quarter to 8 a.m., and in 2 days' time I need to work a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. shift, day shift, instead of an overnight shift. So my sleeping pattern is going to be absolutely destroyed unless I stay up as late as I can today and tomorrow. So in aid of that, we're going to be playing some stuff. Now, I could have been playing League of Legends. My ranked journey could continue. However, I thought it best not to play ranked League of Legends while super tired. So I'm going to play something single player. And I felt like playing Conan Exiles. Because I don't know whether you've seen this game or not. It is an open world sandbox survival crafting game set in the Conan universe by no, it's not. Can't remember the damn guy's name. Who the hell did Conan? Let's look it up. Conan the Barbarian. Not the film. Books. Yeah. That's what they are. Who the hell wrote the bloody thing? Robert E. Howard. That's the one. Like L. Ron Hubbard? No, that's not right. Robert E. Howard. So set in Robert E. Howard's Conan universe, also somewhat inspired by the original movies. I don't think so much by the latest movie. I think they sort of went, yeah, no. The Arnie and James Earl Jones one was really the best. But there is, some other bits and pieces. There's lots of stuff taken from the book. Specifically, this is the Isle of Siptah expansion pack. And this is also from the books, I believe. It doesn't feature in the movies at all. But yes, going to be starting a new game. I had actually already started a new game, but I didn't get very far. And I thought, if I'm going to stream it, we might as well do it right from the beginning. Maybe somebody could use this as a tutorial on how to get going. So, Siptah, Decadent, which is normal. Barbaric is hard. I don't think I want to do hard. I'm just going to go normal. Yes, overwrite. That was just me checking to make sure that the server was set up so that nudity was off, because I know that's a no-no for Twitch. Also just realized Twitch still has the wrong stream info, so let's change that. It's a shame. Hang on. We'll change that after we listen to this intro.
During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was to be transported to the exiled lands. Chained and bound aboard a slave galley out of Argos, the prisoner was carried south under threatening skies. Until fate intervenes.
Demons. Is that the whole of it? That's the whole of it. Alright, cool. Now we can go back to Twitch, where I will quickly change this to say, not League of Legends, but Conan Exiles, Isle of Siptah, dash, just because. No. need to stay awake. Category is... Ooh. Conan Exiles. Let's see if there's an Isle of Siptah version. No, there isn't. Alright, so Conan Exiles it is. That'll work. Done. Alright. That's a bit better. So now Twitch has at least got the right stuff. Let's go female. Don't be naked. Good. Alright. Don't let the damn thing... Let's see now. What about a Nordheimer? Religion. Let's go Zath, the latest one. Or we could go Decetto. It's pretty good as well. Now I'll go Zath. The spider things, they never work, but they are the coolest in my opinion.
Death is coming.
Do I need to mess with any of this? Yeah, different hairstyle. I've always thought that one looks dumb. I like that one. Eh. Let's make her look crazy. Ooh, that's pretty crazy. No, don't need to mess with that. Don't need to really mess with that. Make her shorter though, that comes in handy. Start location, that one. That is basically what I want. Still called his quickness, but oh well, whatever. I don't care, it's single player. Who gives a damn? Alright, so if you haven't played this, it's best played third person rather than first person, like many of these. It has a lot in common with Ark and Minecraft and all those other things of a similar nature. Oh, yeah, you have to actually open a corpse, don't you? Yeah, there is... This one's a bit of a weird one because of the way that you actually start in Siptah. It's a bit different. It sort of assumes that you've played the Exiled Lands, which is the basic, you know, original version. And of course, I'm actually skipping that and going straight to Siptah because I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm not going to tutorialize too much, but I mean, it's all self-explanatory if you've played any of these sorts of games before. Like, if you've played any survival crafting games, this all just makes sense. What do I need first? I need to go in here, and I don't have weapons yet, so I don't need to go in there after all, so we'll just leave it for a bit. I also happen to know a few things about how the game works, so for example, I need to do things like climb, kick, dodge. All of those things will actually get me more experience and get me probably levels. Yep, there's another level. Yeah, so I just knew that was going to happen because I know the game real well. Just check the map, make sure I am where I think I am. Is that where I want to be? Yes, here, not there. I want to be here. Cool. That's that one. Right. I should now be a high enough level, I think, to unlock the sword. So we'll do that. Go back to the inventory and make a damn sword. Which is going to require some of that. But let's craft one of those. I'm also going to need one of those. Going to need one of those eventually. One of those is pretty good if you can get it. Get another level for getting a dedicated weapon. And then we can start filling in all the other things that I'm going to need, like how to make a bed and a fire, etc., etc. corpses? No, I want to sort of skirt around. Oh, I suppose I could kill it. I'm going to get experience if I do kill it, because I haven't attacked anything yet, and attacking something is also a... well, not so much attacking, but... yeah, there were other things that I was doing there. There was perform a heavy finisher, slay, yeah, etc, etc. So the new addition to this game is that they've recently added sheathed weapons. So the weapons now actually appear on your character, whereas before they didn't actually do that. You couldn't see them at all before. So that's at least slightly new and kind of cool. Right, that's the next thing I want. I'm also going to want box maker, and I'm going to want construction. And I think that's everything I really need for this immediate section. Right, I need a shield. Give me one of those. Move everything down by one. Oh, armor. I didn't make any damn armor. I should be able to make some armor by now. The basic basic pieces. There we go. And I'll just spend a little bit of time grabbing some more plant fiber because it's useful. I'm going to need a fair bit of it. Another level for clothing yourself. Eating. I can just eat a bug real quick. Bed or bedroll will be a little way away because I want to actually get to a decent spot before I bother with that. Some aloe is good because that will allow me to make one of those, and let's say 3 of those. I'm gonna need some stone. Why didn't it go to my inventory? That's what I should have done. And some wood. When I get around to the wood, I think there's a tree in this valley. If not, there's one on the far side of it. There'll be a lot of crocodiles to kill on the far side, but that's also fine. I know how to do that. Just takes a bit of practice, a bit of skill with dodging and things of that nature. The hard part is going to be I'm going to need to kill a couple of the deer, and they can be kind of hard because they're skittish, and once you hit them once they try to run away. And I do not have the damage to kill one outright yet, not with this weapon and my current level of strength. Also going to need a lot of coal because you just go through a lot of coal in this game, so we'll grab a bunch of that while we're here. Right, more attributes. Keep stacking up that strength until I reach a feat. I don't think I need anything more on that just yet, or this just yet. Not yet, I will later. Definitely don't need any more of that just yet, or that, or that. Okay, so there's nothing yet. So I'll come out here, there'll be crocodiles galore, and we'll have to kill those. So now see, he's crippled, so he moves really slow. There's block, which is good. Now I can skin the crocodile, but that doesn't actually do much for me because I can't do anything with the reptile skin, and won't be able to for some time yet. I will eventually, but not yet. I shouldn't have had anything else yet. Come on, buddy. I need you to attack me as well, otherwise this is going to be all for moot. Oh great, now there's two of them. Oops. Did not block that properly. And now I'm out of stamina, which is not ideal either. Oop, almost out of stamina. So everything in this game costs stamina now. It didn't used to, but blocking now costs stamina. You used to be able to block for free. Also, holding block continuously slows your stamina regen. So blocking when you don't need to block during combat is a bad idea. The lock-on tends to sort of throw you past it, but that's just a problem with the sword more than the problem with the actual combat. The lock-on with the sword and how it works is a bit different to some of the other weapons. Alright, that used a lot of health. Must now wrap my wounds, for which I will get more experience. Alright, and then we can start. This is a nice spot to actually build a base, so I intend to build a base basically right here. Sort of in the curve of this river. Right, give me 4 of those, sounds good. Alright, better not still be over encumbered. No, I'm not good. Alright, now he's crippled again. So now his movement speed is nice and slow. Now he's double crippled, so now his movement speed is super slow, so I can easily keep away from him. If I can get him triple crippled, that's even better. Because now I can just dodge around him like he's some sort of weakling. There we go. Dead crocodile. Didn't even take any damage on that one. Right. Okay. So now I have a few of those. And we can start placing a base somewhere sort of within this vicinity. Yeah, right around here will do. Right across the river is where we want to go, basically. Next thing I'm going to want is this. So, somewhere to cook food. It will also serve as the very first place to store goods, believe it or not. The good thing about Conan Exiles at the moment is that a lot of things can be picked up as well. I really don't want feathers, I never use them. So a lot of things that you might want to store, you can store in a furnace just because the game's that way inclined. Now dyeing clothes is also some form of progression, so dye an item and then throw the dyes away because I'm not going to use them after that. Anything that can be cooked should be cooked. Grab the shredded roast. Eat a fill-in meal, that's another good one. Apparently the egg is not a fill-in meal, but oh well. I thought it was. Cooked oyster is, we'll keep that in my inventory for now. Right, let's make some extra things like a doorway. Nope, need more wood. Got wood. Wood for sheep. I bring that up a lot. That's a Settlers of Catan joke, for those who don't know. There's a lot of trading in Settlers of Catan, and two of the items that can be traded are wood and sheep. So inevitably when playing Settlers of Catan, you will ask if anyone wants to give you wood for sheep. And so the saying goes, wood for sheep. Very droll, but, you know. 2 of them, why not? They don't take that long and they're worth it. And then I need 1 of those. 2 of those? Yeah, 1 will do. And 3 of them for now. Right, so the game has also added more helpers for building. So there's now, it says out of face before, and if it's facing you, that means, like, if you read it the right way around, that means the outer face is facing you. But there's also now an arrow as well, if you can just sort of see that arrow. It's really hard to see because it's dark. But anyway, yeah, they've increased the amount of little helpers that there are. Right, the next thing I'm going to want is a bed, which means I'm going to need 20 hide. And the best way to get hide is to go and kill the deer, who are extremely hard to kill because they try to run away. So lock on, trying to get the range right. Nope, got the range entirely wrong. Oh, he got stuck on a tree. Oh, now he won't be stuck on the tree anymore. Oh, now I'm out of frickin' run. Catch him, catch him. I'm not going to catch him. Oh, for crying out loud. Yep, and he's like gone. Really close, and now I'm never going to see that one again. So I need to find another one instead. There is another one around here somewhere normally. The problem is they're super skittish, so if you hit one, the other one will probably run. And it's dark. Which of course doesn't help. It doesn't make for a great viewing experience, but you know. Oh no, not again. Hey, got him. Alright, now there's a crocodile here somewhere that I can't see. There he is. Crocodile? Possibly a gator. I think crocodile more likely in the sort of lore of the Conan universe. Feels more likely that this will be a crocodile rather than a gator. Alright. Skin 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know whether I got 20 there. I hope I did. See if I can find my way home in the dark. So, Siptah has some... Yeah, that moon is winging across the sky, but that's because of the day sort of cycle in this game is pretty fast. Graphically is... A lot of people prefer it to Exiled Lands. Exiled Lands is kind of drab and grey, but Siptah is kind of oversaturated. So you either like that or you don't. Some people dislike it because it's just oversaturated. Like, it's not actually any different or any better. It's literally just oversaturated. Now I can light that so that I can see what I'm doing. So I can place this bed when it finally finishes. I can also actually put that on there and that on there to cook them because they are worth cooking. Let's eat that. Dump that off because I don't need it. Store those in there as well is a pretty good idea. There's that bed. Right, 6. Now I have a bed. Let's put the bed as close up to this as possible for preference. Now I can actually pick this campfire up and replace it in a slightly better spot. Right about there for now. It's good. Go back to storing crap in it that I once stored. I can keep the food on me. Seeds, aloe seeds can be stored. I can store the bugs. I don't think the bugs cook. Hope they don't. I don't actually want them to cook. Right, and we've reached level 12, so we've definitely got a few more points to spend. So now I've earned a perk because I've reached level 10. And I've got Thuggery. Every blow you strike with a blunted weapon deals 100% more concussive damage. It's a shame I'm not using blunted weapons, but that's okay. I just want the extra damage that actually having extra strength brings. Next I'm going to want Encumbrance because that is one of the biggest problems early in the game is that you can't carry enough, so I'm going to spend a few points on that. Well, 10 points in fact. I'm going to go all the way, and then I'm going to learn the iron tier stuff. I'm going to learn the torch. Probably didn't have to do the torch, but I'm going to learn the torch anyway, why not? Thrall taker for when I need it. It's probably going to be a while before I need it, but I'm going to learn it now anyway. I like axes, so I'm not going to spend anything until level 14, but I will learn all the different shields. Oh, you can actually skip that one and go straight to that one. I should have. Oh well, too late. I'll eventually learn archer, but I won't do that just yet, and I'll learn armorer because I'm going to need that. Right. More building. Now I just need to build more building. I can build a torch, I think. I should have the resources for a non-improvised torch. One that's actually a decent level of brightness so I can see what's going on around me. And you get experience for that as well, because it's a torch. Right, so the next thing I'm going to want is a couple more foundation pieces and a couple more walls, and then we can start building a furnace. Yeah, that'll be good. And then I need 2 of those, so I'm going to need one more after that. Mine all the iron in an iron node, that's the next one as well. And yeah, so in the top right there you can see all the things that you're supposed to be doing, but I just sort of do them in whatever freaking order I feel like, mostly because I kind of know already. Like, I've played this game long and often enough that I've got a fair idea of what needs to happen when. Alright, don't really need the torch anymore, there's enough light to go by now. I need a full 540 stone. So this game has the potential to be pretty grindy as well, like most survival crafting games when played in single player, especially massively multiplayer online survival crafting games, and this is one of those. This is very much a PvP sort of almost focused survival crafting game as well. I will sort of point out some of the PvP aspects as we go along. One of them is you can just fight other people for a start. You can capture other people, I believe. I think. I'm actually not sure about that. But the gods play a big part. So there are many gods in the game, and you can use your god to kill other people's gods in a quite spectacular fashion. Right, that was enough for a furnace. Yeah, that's a bug in the game as well. So sometimes, despite being over-encumbered, when you unequip a weapon or a thing, you suddenly move as if you were unencumbered rather than over-encumbered. It's a weird bug that occasionally happens, and they haven't gotten around to fixing yet. So that'll probably count as build a home. Yep, create a home. Just you have to put enough pieces down. Once you put enough pieces down, it goes, oh, you've built a house. Despite not looking anything like a house, and it'll be some time before this looks like a house. I will probably be well into the iron tier before this actually looks anything like a house. Right, that. Split. Give me that much of that. Set that to burning. Drop this off in here because I don't need it. Anything else? No, that should all stay on me. What else was I thinking of that I needed to do? Oh, apparently I'm going to need to kill this crocodile because he wants some. Can get some. Come on if you think you're hard enough. Uh-oh. That was close. So some things cause stun on creatures and some things don't. So So especially hard hits are more likely to cause stun than weak hits. So there's a left click and a right click, essentially. And yeah, most of the time the left click will not cause stun, while the right click will. And you can kind of stun lock an enemy so that he can't attack until you've finished your combo. One of the best ways to fight the world enemies, the PvE stuff. Right, next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to find a lot more iron. I happen to know that most of that is up here where that thing ran off to before. The deer ran off to before. There are also some spiders up here, which, you know, I'll deal with when I deal with them. Weapons and equipment can be repaired using the resources required to make it. Less of it, of course, than the base resource. So in the case of a stone pickaxe, some stone will fix the pickaxe. Now that guy would have actually recharged all his health because he was, you know, he ran so far away. Now there are spiders up here and I don't have to deal with the spiders. I really thought there was another iron node, but apparently not. Apparently that's all we're getting. I think the spider's like just around this corner. Yep, alright, well that's all the iron we're getting out of that bit. Can't remember how much you need. Oh, there's more. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was more nodes around here somewhere. You need a little bit to make the Blacksmithing Bench, which allows you to actually make iron equipment. And then we'll have to find more iron to actually make the iron equipment, but I know where to go to get that as well, because once again I've played enough of this game. Really don't need crystal right now, so I'm not going to hang on to that. It's just too much effort. It's kind of a wasted resource at the moment. Right, let's go up here. Gonna need more wood. This is actually 2 crocodiles. So that's without lock-on, which is substantially harder actually. But you can, if you're really good, get a quad combo off, so yeah, sometimes it's worth it. Can't wait to get an axe, because a bleeding weapon is just so much better. Oh no, now I'm out of stamina. Ooh, that was lucky. Got him. Cool. Right. Skin this, because eventually all this reptile hide is going to come in handy. So I'm skinning them, keeping it, storing it for later when I have to use it. And when I do have to use it, it'll be worth it. Might take a little while to get there, but we'll get there. Just kind of looking for more iron nodes, but I don't know if I need them. Let's first sort this out, shall we? Expand the house a little bit further. Yeah, so because this is shallow water, I can just keep going across it. It's pretty easy. It's not such a big deal. I think it's 25 that you need. 50. Alright, it's going to be a while. I definitely don't have 50 yet. Now that's also another inventory that you can store stuff in, so anything that doesn't actually burn in a furnace can store in a furnace. But for example, wood, branches, stone, don't want to store those in a furnace. They will burn. Stone will be converted into brick. And then, yeah, the other ones will just be used as fuel. I don't know how it prioritizes fuel, whether it uses the one closest to the beginning of the inventory, like bottom right or something, or yeah, I don't know how it prioritizes fuel. So I don't know whether to pick the coal because that's the best fuel and ignore the other stuff that burns, or use the worst fuel first and burn the branches, or yeah. So let's not tempt fate, we'll just carry them with us. It's not ideal, but I do have a few points in inventory already, so yeah, it's cool. We'll get by. Right, I think that's all the local iron for the moment. Again, I don't need crystal, so let's not bother with it. I should have a few more levels by now, I do. Yep, all the way up to encumbrance. Balance and counterbalance. You yield 10% extra damage while over encumbered, but swing using 10% less stamina when not encumbered. So a really good one, that actually. It adds up. Now I don't need anything more in buildings for a while. Survival. We'll grab these because they're always good. Pretty much everything in this is going to be worthwhile. Almost all of it. Depending on how you decide to level. Not necessarily all of it for everyone. There's that iron axe I was talking about. The shield I'm pretty close to, but not up to yet. And I don't need armor yet. And I don't need to do anything about religion yet because I'm pretty far away from that. And I didn't mean to fall off that edge, but oh well. The crocodile didn't see me, so it's all good. We'll just keep running. Yeah, so when out of stamina, you can't jump and stuff, you can't climb, etc., etc. So you will fall to your death if you're climbing and you run out of stamina. Climbing takes stamina. Alright, that will be enough to make the thing. I don't know what else I should be doing while I'm doing that. Those crocodiles have already respawned. So that is sort of one of the problems with the game, is that some of the enemies respawn ridiculously fast, if you ask me. And a lot of them are like annoyingly hard fights as well. Oh no, and now they're coming at me and I'm busy repairing my sword. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. That's pretty good. They're both being really stupid. Oh well. Still nearly died. 7. Do a bit of bandaging. Wait a bit. Bandage again. So bandaging, you can't move while bandaging. You have to be able to stand still. So you can't really do it in combat. Whereas potions, you can drink potions in combat. But they don't really do as much most of the time, especially of the equivalent tier. So bandaging does more at this tier than potions do. The potion that I have does. But, what is the but? But potions work in combat. They do not work, however, if you get hit. So when you actually get hit, it actually stops the regenerative effect that potions provide. So it works right up until you get hit, and then it doesn't work. Right, now I think the other thing I need is stone for the blacksmith bench. Yep, there it is. 250. I do not have 250 stone, so we're going to have to go and find some stone. Now, this game's pretty old now, actually. I think they've done a really good job. So Funcom had a bit of a bad reputation because the previous Conan game actually didn't go so well for them. A lot of people complained about this, that, and the other. And this one has also had its teething troubles, but it's the same sort of teething troubles you get with every survival crafting RPG game where people just complain. Like, nothing's ever good enough. It doesn't matter how hard the devs work. Somebody's always going to complain. Oh dear. Another phone call. Excuse me, I have to take this. Feel free to watch my character stand there doing nothing. Alright, and I'm back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Work-related, not actual work, but work-related. Anyway, I am back. Where are we? I am thirsty. Too far away from the water to drink. Okay, drink. Eat. Food does rot over time. So they have timers and stuff. There are ways to improve that, but it's pretty hard in Siptah because you don't get ice very easily. Right, let's build the blacksmith bench because I need a blacksmith bench so that I can progress to the iron tier of tools. Once on the iron tier of tools, we can just do more stuff. Yeah. So this game has a plethora of crafting stations, and each one does something different to achieve a different sort of result. So the blacksmithing bench does one thing, and the Carpenters Bench does another. The furnace does one thing. Well, the furnace actually does several things. You can also bake bread in the furnace, believe it or not, but that's also pretty hard on Siptah because it's probably not too hard on Siptah. I just have no idea where to find the ingredients. Is that everything that goes on there? That's everything that goes on there. So that's fine. Could really stand to make more of these, so we go all the way across the river. So I'm going to need more trees for that. Crocodiles haven't respawned, so I can get these trees while they present themselves. So like most survival crafting games, resources will respawn over time. The length of time differs depending on your difficulty settings. You can also go into the server settings and adjust things individually. I will at least show you that now. So if I go into settings and go over here on the end to server settings, I can say make me an admin, and you can adjust everything from the XP rates, the day-night cycle, survival, like stamina, thirst, hunger, combat, damage and stuff, crafting, how much time it costs and how much resources it costs, harvesting stuff, and then there's all these other things down here like Purge and Maelstrom, but we won't talk about those because those are complex game mechanics that are in effect, but it'll be a long time before I do anything that's actually going to they're not going to matter for some time. It's going to be a while before I do anything where you're actually going to see a purge, for example, or see a I mean, you'll see the Maelstrom, but I'm not going to go into the Maelstrom to do anything in the Maelstrom, so it won't actually matter that the Maelstrom is happening. You can pretty much ignore it. Right, so the next thing I'm going to want is a Tanner's Bench. Tanner's Table, in fact. 100 of that. I still actually needed a... I also need a lot more trees so I can build... What is it that I want to build? I want to build a box. A box to put things in. A storage box. Literally just a box. Very useful, the old box. Yeah, so a good way to do this is light, medium, I mean heavy, is a pretty good way, because it'll keep him stun locked most of the time, and keep stacking the crippling effect that keeps him moving slowly so he doesn't chase you so fast, which is sort of beneficial to keep him moving slowly. They are totally going to chase me. Nope. Cool. 2 crocodiles there that just don't see me. But yeah, I need another 100 wood so I can make a box. Just because. I'm also apparently going to need a heck of a lot of plant fiber to make rope or cord or whatever the hell it's called in this game, I forget. But some rope-like thing. There's 100 wood, but let's keep going. Because we've got a lot of inventory space. One of the other things I like about this game, as opposed to, say, for example, Arc, is that I don't have to have empty hands to pick up things like fiber. So to pick up things from the ground, I don't need to empty my hands. That I always found that a bit weird about Arc, but you know, it's a decision that they made and they've stuck with it, and so on and so forth, and yada yada yada. I still say yada yada yada. That's a episode of Seinfeld from like, well, from Seinfeld, so the 90s. And there are like generations of people that wouldn't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The game does have physics, so yes, for example, the crocodile will roll downhill. Crocodiles roll downhill, apparently. Alright, pretty much got this sorted now. Grab some more of this because I'm here. There is one iron node over here and a bit of aloe, which I'll grab because it's aloe. Can make potions out of that. Sure, there's more iron nodes up here somewhere. I think they're all the way along this cliff, like really far along this cliff. Because there's like silver and gold before you hit more iron. So there's the silver. Is there maybe more iron this way? Oh, there's one. So we'll have that. Because I still haven't been able to make an iron weapon or an iron tool yet. An iron tool, sometimes it's worth making the iron tool before the iron weapon, because the iron tool can actually get you more iron. So the way this game works, if you see like when I hit a node I'm getting like 6 or 7. If I had an iron tool I'd be getting 8 or 9. That's how that works. And then progressively more, so like steel as 10 or 11 and so on and so forth. I think the next one up is hardened steel if I remember correctly. But yeah, so you sort of you want to it's better to progress the tool because then you get more resources and then you can make the weapon earlier. On the other hand, the weapon does make it easier to kill the damn crocodiles, and there are so many crocodiles. But anyway, we'll manage without having to kill every crocodile. And that is not going to be enough. Not by a long shot, but that's alright. We'll do what we can do. That goes there and there. Anything else? That hit play. Coal. That should be enough actually for the tool. No, it won't. I need 30. Alright, anyway. Tanner's bench. Tanner's table. Tanner's bench. Whatever. So this is where I'm going to be putting all of this that I saved. So all of these crocodile, reptile hides. A lot of that. I can turn all of that into cordage, and I can turn all of that into light leather. And yeah, we still don't have anywhere near enough for that, which is a letdown. So, let's go look for more iron. There's more iron over this way. Eventually. Somewhere. I'm sure. Must be. Nope. Rocks, stone, 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 stone. There's crocodiles down there as well, so I don't want to go too far down because the crocodiles will attack me. There's crocodiles over there, although I think there's iron on that side of the river. I live in a van down by the river. No? Am I tripping? There's no iron over there. I thought there was iron over there. Don't be tripping, Craig. There's a distinct lack of iron. I was really expecting there to be iron, but I've gone really far and I still haven't seen any more iron. What the hell is going on? Gonna run into a crocodile whether I like it or not any minute now. I know there's iron here because this is like the other place I often build a base, and that's because it's one of the other slots where you can actually come through the wall. There should be a bunch of boars right here and a bunch of iron. There's the boars. I think one of them's a boss boar. He looks bigger than the others. Hard to kill the old boss boar at this level. The boars alone are pretty hard to kill. The boss boar's going to be damn near impossible, unless you get everything just right. So one of the other problems with playing this game single player is it's not really catered to being played single player. So a lot of the world bosses, that's borrowed from, I don't know, might have been a normal boar, borrowed from World of Warcraft. So they're big boss characters, but they're not related to any quest line or anything. They're just these big boss characters that if you want to fight them, you can fight them. They're there, they're fightable. You can have a crack. They generally drop better loot than most other things, but they're not essential to the quest line or your progression of the game. In some cases in this game, they are still called world bosses, and they are essential to your progression in the game, but in a lot of the time they're not. And they're also mini bosses, so any regular enemy has the chance to spawn as a mini boss. So he can spawn as a more powerful version of himself. And that more powerful version is, like boss level. And so these world bosses just have way too much health. So, I mean, you can work out it's very Dark Souls-ish. You've got to work out the pattern. And if you work out the pattern for the boss, like, you can kill that boss, but it could take you forever to kill some of these world bosses because their health pool is enormous. So even if you take no damage, like you've absolutely mastered the pattern, you never take any damage, you could be there for an hour trying to kill a world boss. So there are mods that you can install which will lower the world boss health for the purposes of single player to make it a bit more of a reasonable experience when playing alone. But most of the time you can just skip that boss. There are exceptions. I don't think I've ever really gotten stuck before, and especially Siptah seems a bit more balanced. The world bosses are generally just avoidable, so you just ignore them and go around them, and not deal with them. The mini bosses are alright. They do much more damage and they have much more health, but not so much so that it's, it's a challenge rather than an annoyance. Whereas with the world bosses, they are more of an annoyance than just a challenge. They are just like, okay, that's ridiculous. I'm not even going to bother. The mini bosses are like, all right, this is going to be a tough fight. Let's prep and let's go in ready and be careful and try to win this one. And they do also, the mini bosses do also drop improved loot. So you're generally rewarded for taking on that slightly harder, unnecessary fight. So one of the other things is I raised my the foundations up off the ground. That means there's nowhere where I can just walk onto my base, and that's going to come in handy later with NPCs attacking my base and enemies attacking my base. It's just better if they can't walk onto your base. Yeah. Still turning that into that, which is good. Got a bit of that and a bit of that. So I can let's make 2 more of those and 1 more of these. Might have to get the torch out again in a minute. Right, should have enough space to place an armorer's bench. Alchemist's armorer's bench. Right, I need 200 stone, 100 wood, and 25 twine. 25 twine is probably going to be the hardest bit. 200 stone, was it? I think it was it 200 wood? 200 stone, 100 wood. I've also made that thing, and I forgot about it, a box. There's no trees left around here because I've harvested most of them. Some of them are starting to respawn, so I can go around and pick up the respawned ones. But those crocodiles are probably going to attack me when I do. Nope. Okay. Right, definitely need a lot more of this because I'm going to need a lot of twine. I've got some of that being built on plant fiber. Got some of that being built on the tanner's table as well, because the tanner's table lets you do that. So sometimes there are things you can do in your inventory or you can do on a crafting bench, and you're like, why would I do it on the crafting bench if I could just do it in my inventory? Well, because you can only craft one thing at a time in either the crafting bench or inventory. So you can save your inventory's crafting slots by offlaying that job to a bench of some description. So there's the 12, in fact, which means I can now already make an armorer's bench. So we can, oh no, 25, not 12. What made me think it was 12? Craft 15 of that then. Yeah, so now I need to stop this so that I can get it to make lots and lots of these. It's going to take a little bit to get to 25. Got another level, right. Next one's going to be Vitality because you just, take less damage. It's nice. Let's see now if there's anything else I need on this just yet. I don't think there's anything I need as of yet. It's too early in the game to worry about any of these other things. Should be another shield recipe. No, level 20 is when you get that next shield recipe. At the same time you get the next tier of armor, which I will probably have before I even have an armorer's bench. No, should be close though. There we go, 25, that should be enough. Armorer's bench. Craft. Get my damn torch out so I can see something. 7. Whew. Yes, the torch doesn't last forever. It also has a durability that's sort of a timer. You can see the timer below it there on number 7 on my quick bar. 18 minutes and 45 seconds is how much time I have left on that torch. Plenty of time, really. But yes, it does run out eventually. It's not infinite. There we go. Now the armorer's bench actually wants as many of those as it can get and as much of that as it can get, and I can then make some stuff. Right. Blah 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 blah. Didn't I build a box? I thought I built a box. Did I just get the stuff to build a box and I never got around to actually building said box? Looks like it. That goes there. Put the bees there because I don't need bees right now. What am I going to do with bees? Later on you will get beehives and you put bees in them because you can do stuff with beehives. Right, like I said, the tool. Because the tool will actually allow us to harvest more iron as the iron nodes respawn. There's not a lot of iron nodes left around the place. The next ones are pretty far away and I don't know whether I really want to run all the way over there. We might just wait for the local ones to respawn and have the right tool so that when they finally do, yep, gained another level off that. When they finally do respawn, I have the upgraded tool with which to harvest them. 23. It's another 8. I will be able to get the weapon as well, so that's pretty good. Right, I need a heck of a lot more fiber. So the other thing you can do with fiber is you can craft a sickle, which takes a lot of iron for this early in the game. So I don't really want to waste any on that right now. But then it will allow you to get a crap load, and I mean a crap load of plant fiber off these bushes all at once. It also allows collecting other things. So different tools collect different things from different enemies or resource points. So for example, here's an example. Hit the tree, I get wooden branches. I hit the tree with a pickaxe, I get bark and resin. And I need bark and resin, believe it or not, so we'll get a little bit of that while we're here. Let's also... Ah! Damn you, slow down! Phew, that was close. Okay, I got him. Good, that crocodile backed away. Right, so if I was to hit this with this... Well, actually, with a deer, you kind of get the same thing. Crocodile is probably the better example, so let's go kill a crocodile. That would actually make more sense. That's what I should have been doing in the first place. Where'd he go? Did he go right across the river? He went right across the river. Okay, that's something else. Let's not worry about that. We'll worry about him when he comes back. Eventually he'll come back and he'll try and attack me while I'm gathering more plant fiber. See? Told you. Oh no, it's a different one. But it'll still work. Okay, that wasn't at all what I was trying to do. Light, light, medium. Oh, light, light, heavy, heavy. Light, light, heavy, heavy. Often miss that second heavy though. Light, light, block, light, light, block. Nope, light. Alright, so now, normally you would get reptile hide and shredded meat. And fangs. I'm still getting the fangs, but I got bone and feral flesh instead, see? Yeah, so you get different stuff according to what you hit things with. Alright, Twitch is not streaming at all? It's just the preview that's died. Tell me it's just the preview that's died. It does appear to be just the preview that's died. Yes. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so you get different stuff according to... I don't need the horns at the moment. Well, ever. And I suppose I could put the bone in here. Don't need that. Let's cook that as well. Grab that out. Not that I actually need it, but let's grab it out. Dump the bone in there for now. The bee. Other things that I need, so I can put that there. I can grab this. Now I will make the axe because, geez, I need a better weapon. That'll also give me more, what's the word I'm looking for right now? Experience as well, so I might even get another level out of it, who knows. Alright, 5 of these will give me enough to make this, and with 1 light padding I can make the slave forged ceremonial chest. Now normally you would be making something like light chest piece, but because I have whatever expansion pack it was I bought, I get this. I think that's actually the Isle of Siptah, or is that Decado? It might be Decado. I've got a few others as well, so there's a few extra things that you get as bonuses, either as DLCs. Some of them were just for being here. Like, there's definitely one set of armor, the royal armor, this set, that I get for having owned this for a really long time. Like, I bought it back in early access. Conan Exiles has technically been in early access twice as well, which is a bit of a weird one, but the original game was in early access, and then Isle of Siptah, the expansion pack, the whole world DLC, as opposed to everything else, which is just a cosmetic DLC, was also in early access after the main game had come out of early access. Weird, I know, but it all works. A lot of people were very upset about it, and people were like, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, they're not the first people to do it. So, you know, you can do it if you want to do it. And they did it, and look, it was probably a good idea. Siptah is mostly finished, but it wasn't 100% finished when it came out. It actually did need some work at release. So they were probably right to bring it out in early access. Proper weapon. Much better fight now. should now be able to really dish out some damage to some things. It's not so much that I'm able to dish out some damage, but now I can... So before I was crippling things, because that's what the sword does. The axe makes things bleed. So they continue to take damage even when you're not hitting them. And that also... It also does more damage because it's just a higher tier weapon than the stone sword. Don't know how he saw me. Problem is they're harder to stun lock. But it is easier to hit with this. The combo is kind of shorter ranged. And you saw then he actually totally ran out. Oh, I'm actually going to need a lot of bone now. So I'm going to start hitting the crocodiles with the axe just to collect the bones. Because eventually I'm going to need bone. And that's all going to have to be on this table. So on that table we need to keep crafting that. I need to take all that and put that on that. And all the bones and all the teeth go on this table. Oh, thought it was a crocodile I missed. So that when I reach level 20 there's actually something I can do with them. So yeah, it's a little way away, but at level 20 I'm going to be able to do something with the extra bone and teeth. Until then it's not really doing anything but taking up inventory space. Alright. If you guys don't attack me, you guys are dumb. You guys are really dumb. They were just looking entirely the wrong way. They didn't even see me. I bet you this guy attacks me. No. Still getting away with it. Yeah, I don't know what his problem is. He's having a fit over there. Alright, 6. I definitely need a bit more bandage because I am pretty low on health. And there's no reason for me to be that low on health. Do a bit of bandaging and then we'll go kill this guy because he's in the way. Yeah, so... Just don't seem to be getting the stuns. Supposed to, but oh well. Yes, and I need the bone. Not getting a lot, but you get some bone every time, so yeah, gotta get the bone. Like Phasmophobia, gotta get that bone. Who would have thunk it? Now, what is going on with YouTube? That's not how that's supposed to look, is it? Why is there no chat window? There should be a chat window. Live chat replay, blah, 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 blah. Yep. It all looks like it should. Where is the chat window? I don't know what happens if I refresh the live streaming on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't frickin' kill YouTube. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh yes. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Good. That's better. Yeah, the chat wasn't loaded, but now it is. I appear to have fixed it. I hope no one's been chatting because it was broken and I wasn't able to see it. Anyway, it's up now. Yeah, the one on Twitch appears to be working fine. Right. So, from one side of the river to the other side of the river, so that's about as far as I want to go. There's one more. And then on this side of the river, we're going to need at least one more door. That might as well face the same way as the other one, because why not? And then at least 3 of these. Alright. And then I can fit something in here. What am I going to fit in there? Probably a Carpenter's Bench, I think. I don't have one of those yet. Or an Alchemist Bench. But no, I think we'll go the Carpenter's Bench. So 250 and a lot of stone. But I've got the stone. I just need the 250 of this. And then I can go looking for more iron. I think I know where there's more iron. And now that I have the iron tool, it's worth it because I get just that little bit more per node. And also, for example, like when you hit an iron node, you still get a little bit of stone. It lowers the percentage chance of you getting stone, the higher level tool. It lowers the percentage chance of you getting a lesser material off a node. Alright, that crocodile is attacking me, but he will probably lose me before. Could be wrong. No, yeah, he can't find me. So he's given up. Right, so there's silver and then there's gold along this ledge. And then after that, there's more iron. So silver, that's the gold. Yeah, Siptah is very rich in resources. And yes, this is the Violet Isle on the Isle of Siptah. I think you get a bit of resources, a bit of experience for discovering named locations as well, so I would have got a little bit for that, but not much. Not enough to push me up into another level. Yeah, and there's all these herbs that they do something. I don't actually know what a violet potion does, but you can get violet herbs. Cripes. Where is it? Oh, here we are. Yeah, and of course, having said that, I get almost nothing but stone out of that one. That was just pathetic. Right, I don't want to go through that gap because there's dangerous things over there. There's a good NPC camp up that way, actually, which we might visit at another time. Right now what I want is all this ironstone. Because I need to make an iron axe. And an iron carving knife, and iron... What else do I need to make out of iron? I would like the sickle. Gonna need that sickle eventually, so I might as well get enough to make the sickle. I'm going to need... I think that's it for now anyway. But it's going to be nice to have as much iron as I can anyway. Going to reach encumbrance here soon as well because of the way these nodes are sort of comboed with a stone node, so you accidentally hit the stone node trying to get the iron out of the node. But you know, that's just something that you grin and bear it. What I will do is I will try with all this wood and stuff. What was I going to make? Carpenter's Bench. Have I got enough for a Carpenter's Bench? No, I don't. Alright, let's go and... So when over encumbered and you hold shift, you use up a lot of stamina to go very, very slightly faster. There we go, that's enough for a Carpenter's Bench. So that will use up 250 wood and some stone, which should take me back under in my encumbrance limit. I hope. It will take a while for that to actually finish, and then I can go home, which is really far away from here. I've got a hell of a run ahead of me. It's going to take some time. Use up all my stamina. Actually, I might get some hit points while I'm waiting for things to change my encumbrance limit. There we go, now I'm under encumbrance again. I wonder if there's any more iron down there. Along this cliff edge, doesn't look like there was. Have a periodic peek over. Let's see what we can see. No, it doesn't look like there was any hiding there. Sometimes they hide them along riverbanks and stuff. I don't come up here as much, so while I'm pretty intimately aware of what is sort of in this area, There is also a dungeon up here. Up there, I think. Or was it over there? But when Siptah originally came out, those dungeons were sort of challenge dungeons. Like, it didn't particularly matter what level you were. They were just a challenge. And now they've been actually changed to be a level 60 dungeon. So you basically have to reach the level cap before you go in there. Otherwise, you're going to die. I think when they first released him, they actually scaled. See, that was perfect. He got stun locked. So every hit knocked him back further and further, and I got all the hits off. And then he was bleeding so much he just sort of died. That is the ideal situation. Oh, that is a crocodile. I didn't realize. Now see there, didn't stun lock him at all. Did not stun lock him. I did hit him enough though. This one will bleed to death. There we go. And then I can go for more bone. And then climb down the waterfall. So to climb down things, you essentially have to fall and then grab them on the way past, which you do by holding the jump key. It's the same way to actually climb something, as to jump at it and then hold the jump key and you will climb it. If you just jump, you won't climb it. If you hold jump, you will climb it. Right, should be a lot of that, which is excellent. A bit of that and a bit of that. Anything else worth mentioning? I've got the Carpenters Bench, which I can place in this gap right here. Perfection, that goes in there as well, and I'll leave those in there for now, just for temporary storage. Anything else in here that I need? No, but I'll put that in there for now. Cook it. Yeah. So now we can go from stone tier axe to an iron tier axe very shortly. And it's quite possible that some of the iron nodes around here will have respawned as well, because I went really far away and it's been really long. Yep, here we go, there's one. One of them has already respawned, so we'll gather that as well. Looks like it was just the one, and everything else is still yet to respawn. But now I've got a decent weapon. I could actually take on the spider here if I want to. There'll be like 2 or 3 spiders around here somewhere. And yeah, if I take the spider on, there'll be more nodes. Oh, there's actually more nodes before I reach the spider. The spider's around that corner. There he is. You can just see his buttocks from here. There-ish, right under my cursor. Anyway, we don't actually want to deal with him, we just sort of wanted to see him. There might be more up there, I haven't even looked up there before. Now, in Ark, when you sheathe all your weapons, you run faster. I do not believe that is the case in Conan, but I do it because it looks better. Not really better, but a little bit better. Ooh. Large coffee burp there. Right. Do not have enough wood. And I don't really want to even bother fixing this axe because, well, that's just annoying. It's only 4 stone. I am about to replace the stone axe, so it's not the most useful thing, but I do need to build more base, so I need the wood. Oh, here we go, this one little lonely, low-hanging fruit iron node. It's also respawned. Right, let's stop chopping wood with the wood axe, because when I have enough iron for the iron axe, I'll actually get more wood. So, yeah, I'm kind of wasting resources by using the weaker axe. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this. Another 10. We need 30. We're at 25, so we need another 5. Just have to wait a little bit because we do. What am I? Level 19? I must have gone up a few levels. Yes, lots of levels. Get my vitality all the way up. And the next one that I'm going to do is grit. So these will be the only ones I'll use. Strength, vitality, grit, and encumbrance. And mostly I'll put strength to 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. I'll put vitality to... I think I get vitality to 30 normally. And encumbrance to 20. And maybe grit up there as well. I don't remember if I get grit up there. Anyway. Yeah, I increase different things. Now there is a way to respec, so that is something that you may or may not want to do at some point during the course of the game. I now have a lot of spare points, so I'm going to start grabbing things that I wouldn't normally bother with, but I might as well grab them now because I'm not hurting for points, so there's no point not getting them now. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of extra production. There we are, that's enough to make the tool. Production benches, workbenches that I've just unlocked. So I've still got to build an alchemist bench. I've still got to build... I won't build a casting table, I don't really need it. Compost heap and a crude planter I will build. I will build a dryer. I need a fireball cauldron. I need a fish trap. I need a grinder. I still don't have a tannery. I need a tannery. I need a tannery like now. So we'll do the tannery immediately. So I do need a lot of... need a lot more bone. And I need a lot of bark. Damn it. So if you remember, bark comes from hitting trees with pickaxes, which I already have an iron pickaxe, so that is something I can do right now. Yeah, not a great turnover rate. But it is the only way to get it outside of chests. Wow, that was a horrible one. I hit it so many times for nothing. Yeah, I still haven't got store goods because I still haven't made a box to store any of this stuff in yet. I do need to get around to doing that. That was much better. Alright, that should be pretty good. I should actually have got enough bark out of that to actually build the damn thing now. The iron axe should have finished. Voila. Throw that one away. And then I can grab a bunch of wood for sheep. Yeah, so now I'm getting more wood per swing, so it was worth upgrading to the right tool before actually progressing. What was I looking for? Tannery. 50 bark, so I'm just shy, because I was just shy and I know I've got a bit of bark stored, but that's alright. I will actually just grab a bit more bark. It's quicker. I'm going to need more bark anyway, so that's fine. Tannery. I'm also probably going to need enough base building resources to place the tannery to make sure that I don't... Yeah, see, so now these crocodiles, this crocodile is going to try to get me and he won't be able to. And he'll just sit there and eventually he'll give up and he'll go away. It's very amusing. Right, so I can place a tannery there. I can still get in and out of this door relatively easily. He's attacking yet again, and he will keep doing that for some time yet. So I need a lot of this in the tannery. And it uses bark as fuel, which is, I know, weird, but that's what it does. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? That goes there and there. This goes on here. That goes in there now that I have it. Branches go there. This goes in the fire. Yeah. So like most crafting survival games, there's also the fact that I will eventually... my base will eventually get close enough to him that he won't be able to spawn anymore, because it will... that was pretty cool. Jumping off something to get him. It will eventually inhibit his spawn. So it hasn't done that yet, but it will eventually do so. Ah yes, and that's the other thing you can get with an axe, is you can get the head of an animal. So pickaxes will give you more meat. Axes will give you more bones. The carving knife will give you more hide of whatever kind it is. But then there is also a hatchet, which will give you even more meat than the other one. So yeah, there's that. But I can't do anything with the heads at the moment because I don't have anything to do with the heads. So I don't need them. I've been putting them on the wrong one. It's supposed to go there. Along with all the bone. Cool nanas. Right. Tannery is slowly churning over some leather, which is good because I'm going to need that come level 20. How much more have I got here? 35. That's good. I can now build a carving knife, which will possibly get me there because I'm pretty close now. And I still also need to make more stuff. More base. Keep base building. Base for your face, London. Siptah. Ugh. Alright. The fact that I've been awake for 12 something hours. When did I wake up? I woke up at 4. 4:30. So that is 12, 17 hours. So that's about the time when most people would want to go to sleep. And I do. I really, really do. But I can't. Because if I start going to sleep this early now, today, I'm going to struggle tomorrow. When I need to go to sleep much later than this, so that I can... I need to go to sleep almost 12 hours later than this. So that I can get the right amount of sleep and be fresh for work, as opposed to, you know, already at the end of my day, or, you know, 12 hours into my day and then trying to start work for 12 hours. Because that ain't going to work. That ain't going to fly. Not by any measure. Is that going to be a viable way to do this? Right, so level 20. Okay, grit. Feats, go to armor, and unlock the next level of armors. I don't think there's anything else I need just yet. I'm going to want that, but it'll be a while before I actually use it. I can also grab this and drop that. Next thing I'm going to want is one of those. I pretty much don't make a hatchet, like, I think at all. It's not really necessary in single player. You're never that desperate for food. In multiplayer, I think you can be, because in multiplayer PvP, you need a lot of thralls, and thralls go through a lot of food. Thralls are NPCs that you have converted to play for you. Enemy NPCs that are fighting on your side, essentially. Yeah, you need a lot of thralls to... yeah, so that's about as far as I want to go there, because any closer, and someone will be able to walk up onto my base, and I don't want that to happen. So this is the width of my building. Cool? Cool. Right, I want one of those. Say there. I think it's actually stone that I don't have enough of now. Which is an odd one, because normally you have more than enough stone, and it's always wood that you're running out of with these this particular base set. Now, there are other base types. I could be building the stone one, but you get this cool wood one with Siptah, like the it's sort of a keep coming. I actually want to kill you. I don't want you to run away. A shipwrecked construction tile set, so to speak. Base construction set. And yeah, it looks really good. It's much better looking than the original stone one, which was a bit average, but you know, the game was in its infancy and they did what they could do, and it looked okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination either. Alright, I've still got one more. Oh, I know, I can put that behind there. Cool. Right, now we're going to need much more of this. We've run out of bark. That's okay, we'll see. I might have enough to make one piece of Darfari armor. Yep, make the leggings. That'll do. Bark, need more bark. Gonna have to go and find trees. Might look up here because there might be more iron nodes respawned as well by now. Yep, there's one. More bark to run the leather tannery. I don't know whether that's true. What do you need bark for in a tannery, really? I thought tanneries ran on urine. I don't know if that's true. I know urine has something to do with tanning leather somewhere. I don't know whether that's forever or just here or what. But yes, tanners use urine in the production of leather, or used to use urine in the production of leather. It's also used in the production of gunpowder. Yeah, strange as it may sound. You need saltpeter, and one of the best sources of that was actually urine. I don't know if it's the best, but it's like it's a cheap way of getting it or something. So they used to collect all the stuff from toilets or Dunnican divers. So back in ye olde England, I think this is pre-industrial revolution. People just used to have a room where all their cess, so everything from their toilets, would just be collected, like all the poo, all the urine. It'd all just go into one place. And then apparently dudes used to like come and collect it, and they were called Dunnican divers. And then they'd take all that stuff away, and they'd sort of separate it out, and some of it would become compost, and the rest of it would become the ingredients for gunpowder. And if I remember correctly, it's the urine that becomes the ingredients for gunpowder. True story. Well, I think it's a true story. I think I haven't got my wires crossed. I might have to look it up to be sure. But yeah, I believe that was the gist of it. Right. Okay, I should be making more things as well, but I've run out of resources for that too, so now I need to go and hit more trees with an axe rather than a pickaxe. Probably get attacked by a crocodile when I get close to this one. Even worse, a crocodile that I can't see. Where is he? Is he still coming? He is still coming. So, on heavy, it's only the third strike that actually causes the bleed. And sometimes you just don't have time for that, because if you don't get the stun, then you know he's going to attack you before you... So you have to block and not get the bleed, because you want to get the... you don't want to get attacked yourself before that happens. Yeah, the saturation on Siptah does make for a really cool night sky, and like the fog and stuff. But there's other things that aren't as impressive in this kind of color gamut. It's kind of cool. It's kind of gaudy, I would say. It's almost gaudy is kind of the best word. I don't have any decent light sources either at the moment. Sometimes it can be hard to get through the door when you do it this way, but you know you'll manage eventually. Right, craft 4. That's all I can do is 4. What am I short on? Stone? Nope, wood. God damn. Not a lot of wood around. Can I make one more wall? I can make one more wall. Let's put one more wall on. It's facing the wrong way. That's better. Right. Got one of these now as well, which is good. Alright, so the other thing I'm going to need is more leather. I might have enough bone and teeth. Need another light armor, but let's just go straight to the Thuggery and see what we've got. Let's make the hat. I can make hat. Yeah, don't have enough bone to make the other pieces. Right, I'm going to put that there. Too much talking, I'm starting to get a sore throat. That is one of the few problems with being a streamer. One must talk a hell of a lot. Yeah, so as you can see, 200 and something fiber, where I was getting, you know, like 50, 60 off that same amount of area before. So now I can, yeah, turn it into lots and lots and lots of those things. Cool. The sun is coming up. Be another piece of Thuggery armor, so I can put that on as well. Creepy. Yeah, a lot of iron, which is good because I'm going to need to repair some of these tools soon as well. But I don't think I've learnt the iron shield yet. It is. Don't think I've got enough wood. I need more wood. Who would have thought? Alright. Good thing there's a tree right here. I'll get them both these trees because I'll be able to make a few other building pieces as well as the 16 required to make the better shield. On the other hand, I could go and get some chitin. It's actually relatively easy to get chitin from spiders. You just need to use the skinning knife. If you want to get spider webs, use an iron sickle on spiders, and you actually get a crap load of web. If you know where to find web, use an iron sickle on the web bits. There's like spots where you can get webs. If you use the iron sickle on it, you get way more. So that's also another place the iron sickle comes in handy, which is why it's worth kind of having that in your inventory despite the additional weight expenditure. Like, you're just using more and more weight continuously to have this many tools and things constantly in your inventory. But yes, the sickle kind of pays for itself. It's worth having the sickle. And it's starting to get late. I might in fact demonstrate it. Oh, the maelstrom is beginning. So that is the maelstrom. So on the island of Siptah, there is both purges and the maelstrom. The maelstrom sort of fills the entire center of the map with essentially impassable, well, not impossible terrain. You can walk through it, but it's super dangerous. There's all sorts of horrid monsters and stuff in it. Now, when they first started the Isle of Siptah, there weren't any NPC camps at all. To find NPCs, there used to be these portals that would open while the maelstrom was running, and you could just go over there, and NPCs would literally fall from the sky. And the idea was that these portals were opening in the exiled lands and dragging people into it, and dropping them here on the Isle of Siptah. And so it was up to you to go and, either kill them or capture them for your own personal gain. Right, spiders take very little damage, but if I'm careful, it should basically only damage my shield. And yeah, they do take a bit of bleed damage, so it's worth getting the full combo, making them bleed. And they are relatively easy to stun lock as well. And then, like I said, so I can get chitin, or I can get gossamer to make webs, to make silk. So yeah, you can get a decent amount of silk this way. Oh, that one's got a spit attack. I don't know whether he'll ever get into melee range or if he's just going to keep spitting. Is he ever going to get into melee range? Oh, he is. Good. Once again, try to keep him stun locked. Keep the bleed on him, as well as eventually just kill him with straight up damage. Okay, and that one, so yeah, it changes from spider to spider. So that particular spider actually gave up gossamer, chitin, and meat with the sickle. There's sort of a difference in all the different spiders. I mean, you saw that first one was like a blue-green thing, and the last one was like a perfect black widow, black widow, and yeah. So the different spiders give up different resources when hit with the sickle, but the sickle will get you gossamer 9 out of 10. Of course, I think I can only make silk in my inventory. So far, I will soon be able to make silk outside of my inventory, but I can't just yet. So, but that's alright. It's a while before I need the silk. It's like level 30 and then you need silk anyway, so there's not really any point worrying about it just now. But yeah, so we'll make all the silk we can and then dump it off so that it's not taking up space in my inventory. I can put that back there for now. I didn't get anything else good. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been about 2 hours worth of Conan, and we've gotten this far. That's not very far. But we've gotten to the iron tier tools. We've begun developing a decent enough set of Darfari armor, which is good. You know, it's good. It's very good. It's the next tier basically, and we should finish it before we reach level 30. So it's worth building this whole tier. So how many more pieces do I need? 3. 1, 2, 3. So we'll queue that up because I'm going to want it. What else have we done that's kind of good? That's it really. We haven't even really done a base. For a base, you really want it to be 2 walls high because any shorter and you kind of can't fit stuff. You might even want to consider going 3 walls high before putting a ceiling on it, because there are some things that won't fit under a 2 wall high ceiling. They are very late game crafting benches, but there are things that won't fit under a 2 height ceiling. Yeah, so that will be something that we'll have to do next time, at which point I will probably get the Find Shelter achievement. Store goods, I still haven't even built a thing to store goods in, but we'll do that next time as well. Venerate the gods, we'll do that. I always put my temple on the roof of my building, just because that's what I do. We'll have to build a Wheel of Pain in which to put thralls to convert them into my friends. We need to... Geez, I don't know what else we need to do. There's a lot of things we need to do, but we won't be doing it in this particular video. I don't know whether I'll actually be doing more of these videos. This was more of a I felt like playing Conan thing. So I played Conan and I made a video out of it because why not? So it's on YouTube. There is one YouTube video of me playing Conan. There might be more in the future. We shall see. But for now, that's going to do it. Yeah, that's going to do it. So if you're on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. Hit the dislike button if you didn't. But if you didn't, and you do hit the dislike button, let me know what it was you didn't like so I can improve, because otherwise, you know, just hitting the dislike button isn't very constructive. Constructive criticism is what we want here, people. Hit that subscribe button, makes it nice and easy to find everything all in one place. And definitely hit that notification bell, because it is pretty random when I go live. It's all over the place. I do it when I do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.